This is Rudkowski of Wearechange.org here outside of the White House, and we're living in incredibly exciting times where we are seeing the end of the mainstream media, and they're going out in huge emotional outbursts. And we're going to be talking to Lucian of the Gateway Pundit, who had a crazy incident happen to him inside of the White House press corps. Lucian, just first of all, what happened to you?
Well, I was accosted by fake news reporter John Decker, very terrible, thin-lipped man who started shouting that we were a white supremacist publication, that we're racist, anti-Hispanic, anti-Jewish. My boyfriend said, I'm not going to go through all my relationships with minorities, but it was provably false. The guy hadn't even read a single article on our site.
Just like my family, your family died against the Nazis. They were both Polish resistors, and it's just nonsense to see that happen to you. we have that with us. But it's extremely interesting to see kind of the new media inside of the White House and the mainstream media having emotional fits, physically grabbing you, assaulting you, screaming to all the other journalists there that all these, of course, buzzwords, sexist, racist, all these other things. Why do you think this is happening now?
I think they're terrified that for the longest time they have had just complete control over the narrative in America, complete control under Obama of the briefing room, and right now we're seeing that shift, and we're seeing younger new media entities coming in and sort of filling in the void that they allowed to open through blatantly false stories, false reporting, and these asinine leftist narratives.
And it's really interesting because we're seeing the mainstream media push either very strong neoconservative lines or extreme liberal kind of communist lines. And we're seeing kind of a new media come in there and break those lines and break the stories that are really important to people. People are noticing that, and they're losing everything. They're losing their power and control, and it's finally being diversified in such amazing freaking ways. And you're a big part of that. What happened just now? Because I know we were trying to get in as well. But yeah.
So we have I think a plot by the White House Correspondents Association, a nefarious plot where they somehow got me barred just for today because they said that somebody was going to record me, and they didn't want the briefing to be about me or something. They said that's unprofessional. That person was not related to us. We have no idea who they are. And yet it somehow succeeded in keeping me from the briefing room today. Which is also very frustrating because, if after the events of Friday when John Decker just had a complete meltdown and grabbed me by the arm, started screaming, it was pretty important, I think, to show up on Monday, continue to represent real news from a real conservative perspective rather than this neocon bullshit that other people are pushing. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll try again tomorrow, definitely.
John Decker works for, Fox Radio, and it's important to know that you were here today, not backing down, not letting them win, because that's always what they do. They try to intimidate you, they try to scare you, just like that guy who cornered you and threw all those insults at you. That's all they could really do at the end of the day. So obviously you're not giving up any other words about this crazy situation, this crazy fight between the new media and the mainstream media.
Yeah, oh, absolutely not. It's important, I think, for all young people in media to stand tall against the wild, oppressive left and mainstream media, and the more we just keep writing and ignoring the I think far too often regurgitated insults they throw at us, the better we will be. And that's what you're seeing now. I think a lot of people aren't backing down in the same way they used to.
No, you can't, because once you show any weakness, they take advantage of it, and the truth stands stronger than anything else, and they're finally being destroyed. Lucian, thank you so much for all the hard work, not giving up, being persistent, standing up for new media, going against the mainstream media. We're also here with Cassandra Fairbanks, our editor-in-chief, who wrote this story up as soon as it happened on Friday morning. We also have Lauren Southern, who's inside right now, so stay tuned to her Twitter accounts and Lucian's Twitter account, which will be in the description below. Same with Cassandra's, same with us. We're going to be covering breaking news here for you on youtube.com/we are change.